Hey everyone, it's Alex here from Outdoor Explore. Come out today really to sort of do the first proper video on the Bowdrill kit. I've got another video coming out which is the Hazel on Hazel, however I have had quite a lot of difficulty with the sound syncing and recording quality of the cameras. So there's another one coming out shortly after this, but the quality I'm guessing isn't going to be quite as good as this one. Now, it's a gorgeous day today, so I decided to come out and do my go-to set, and I'm going to try and explain the process of getting Bowdrill fire going with this set. This set, I actually have no idea what type of wood it is, which is quite frustrating, but it's the most forgiving set which I've ever used really. It's quite a basic way to get an ember going. It is plenty of pressure, downwards pressure, and increase the bow speed as you're going along, building up the dust which is formed from the Bowdrill set. So I'm going to try and explain everything for you, how I'm applying pressure, when I'm picking up speed, and hopefully I can get a couple of angles in as well and get all the sound to sync as well at the same time. And also with these videos, when I'm going to do the different types of woods, I will only be getting the ember, but as it's such a gorgeous day today, I've prepared everything I need to get a fire going, and you'll see some of my kit. So I'll actually blow this ember into flame and show you the process of getting a fire going from scratch really. One thing I must admit though is doing the whole preparation for this. I haven't filmed anything, feather sticking or the processing of wood from different stages in size. However, it has taken about 2 hours to do. So one thing to remember is when you are doing fires like this, you need to make sure you've got plenty of time to actually get everything going if you want to get it from scratch, and that's in ideal conditions. So what I'll do now is I will get the Bowdrill set up, and you will see the different stages. Well, I'll try and explain the different stages of getting the Bowdrill going with the ember and then blowing everything into flame. So I thought I'd actually bring you in first to show you the prep that I've actually done to get the fire going. I've got it all laid out here. Basically, I'll bring you in closer now. So once I've got the ember going, I shall be using this grass here. Don't know if you can see that. Yeah. So I'll be using this grass here with what I've got in here is some western red cedar bark by here, which is basically an ember extender from the gods. So what I'll do is once I've got the ember from the Bowdrill kit, I'll place it into there and then I shall blow it into flame. And then by here I've got some feather sticks. So once I've got the grass caught, the feather sticks will be the next piece of kindling to take on the flame. And then just up here I've got some dead pine branches from some fallen down pine in this area. So they will then take over from the feather sticks, and then I've got my next set of kindling there, slightly larger pencil stick thickness, and from there I'll just build up with scaling sizes up to thumb size and then bigger. But as I'm going to be leaving the fire in the hive stove there, what I've done is I've laid a base of larger wood anyway, so this will kind of be an upside down fire, and hopefully I'll get my embers from there and I won't need to feed any more fuel into there. Okay. Right everyone, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attempt to get a coal going. So from the Bowdrill, what I'll try and do now is explain everything as I'm going through. So need to get a good strong position. Lock your arm around your knee and against the shin, and then what we're going to little leg swing. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to warm up the board first, just slow back and forth motion. I'm only about 15 to 20% of my overall pressure that I could put down on the board. Now, I don't know if you can hear it, but the sound from the set has changed. It's also gotten a bit more resistance because the wood is heated up with the friction. So I'm just going to press down a bit more to about 40% pressure, keep maintaining this speed. I'm just building up the notch for the time being. Always remember to breathe as well. Now, the notch is filled up enough, so I'm going to press down harder and increase the speed. So I'd probably have about 70 to 80% of my actual force down now at the moment. Okay, that should be enough. Keep the spindle there for the time being. Keep the heat. Take it out. And now we have an ember. Now this ember will last a good 10-15 minutes. I have heard of them lasting up to 20 minutes. So there's absolutely no rush to blow it into flame, so you can get your breath back. Right, so as that's building up, I'm going to bring my ember over to my kit, which I should have done the opposite way. You should never bring your ember to your kit, you should bring your kit to your ember. Right, the ember is glowing nicely now. I'm going to pop this into the nest and attempt to blow into flame. This isn't always a guarantee. Flames. What we're after. Bit damp this, so put some more oxygen. Get out of the smoke for a second. So, as the fire's building, just give it as much oxygen as possible. You can just start putting on your larger kindling. hope that was semi-informative for you with the actual amount of pressure that I was putting down on with the bow drill and the actual technique. You really do need to listen and feel the wood as you're trying to gain the ember, with the whole heating up of the wood in the beginning, and then once you feel that change, you apply a little bit more pressure on that particular type of wood to gain more dust, and then once your notch is filled up, then you press down a little bit more pressure again, up to 60 to 70% of your overall pressure which you can press down on your bearing arm, and you just increase the speed then. As soon as you increase the speed, you're going to generate more friction. The friction will obviously cause heat, and hopefully that will transfer to the dust you've already put up into your knot. So, if you've got any questions or actual comments or tips, etc., please feel free to comment below. I'm going to be going to, with this, I'm going to be doing various types of wood, trying to help everyone and document this for myself as to what different techniques are required for different types of wood. So if anyone's got any suggestions on what types of woods or even tips which will help me out as well, then please feel free. Hope you enjoyed this.